This is episode 51, and today I want to talk about how to start and stop your pitches. Let's go. Welcome to Freya Singing Tips, the podcast. My name is Freya Casey, professional singer and vocal coach. I have been on stage my whole life, and I'm passionate about helping you discover the awesomeness in your own voice. Opera, musical theater, jazz, pop, folk, rock, I have done it all. And I want to give you golden nuggets of advice on how to be the master of your voice. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Do 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 bye bye, ha 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 ha. Well, did you ever think about how to actually start your pitch and how to stop a pitch? Normally, actually the beginning and the end of something is the hardest thing. Now, to get started into a pitch could be a really hard task to do. To get it clean, to get it clear, to get it accurate. Have you ever noticed that whenever you attack that high note, now of course you need that attack, you need to really want it, and you need to maybe have a slight accent on it, but when you really just get onto it and you go like, yes! Now, it just starts cracking, it starts doing all kinds of stuff, and maybe it's not as clean as you would like it to be, plus the intonation, it is a lot harder to get the intonation 100% correct, plus do I do glottal, do I not do glottal, do I kind of do a vocal fry at the beginning or not, and how do I stop that pitch to where it is clean and clear and it fits to the song. So there's a lot of aspects to it. So what I say is that the attack and the offset, how to stop a pitch, it has to suit the style that you're singing in. Of course, if you're singing in a very laid back style, let's say you have this very smooth jazz piece, you want to get into the pitches a lot smoother. So you don't want to attack it like, the autumn leaves drift by my window. So you want to go more like, the falling leaves drift by my window, the falling leaves of red and gold. And did you notice also the offset? There was kind of a breath in there. Of red and gold. Do you hear that? It is a small thing, but it really helps the intensity of your song if you keep your breath connected. And also another really important thing is whenever you have any rests in the song, let's say, just like in Autumn Leaves here just now, there are short phrases. It's like, the falling leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. So whenever those short rests are taking place, you don't want to let go of the support. You want to continuously support through that break so that your next onset will be nice and clean and accurate. Now let's talk about how does the pitch start. Does it start with a vowel or does it start with a consonant or a voiced consonant? So if it starts with a vowel, you have that issue of, do I make it very glottal or do I not make it very glottal? So, for example, let's just go on the word I. So, you hear that glottal attack. I. So, do I want it to be very harsh and hard and the glottis to really close abruptly? Like, I. So, you want to do that? Or do I want to go more like, I, just kind of get into that pitch more easily. And that easing into the pitch is actually a lot harder than the glottal attack because the glottal attack allows you to just kind of hold your breath and not support right before the onset and then just kind of burst the air out. It's like, you just start exhaling suddenly. It's kind of a cheat thing. And it is a lot better not to be very harsh on the glottal attack unless you want to express it, like intently. And it's like, I did this and I'm so mad now. You can do that, but I wouldn't do it too much because it is hard on your vocal cords to have very harsh glottal attacks. You don't want to do that all the time. So do you want it glottal or do you want it very controlled? So if it is starting on a vowel like a, e, I, o, u, or something like that, you can make it glottal, but the degree of glottalness, whatever the word may be, but the degree of how harsh that glottal attack comes out, you can vary that. You can either go I, or you can go I, or you can go I. See how each time it is a little less extreme? Think about it. What fits to the song and what feels good to your voice? You may also start any given pitch on a consonant. There are voiced consonants and unvoiced consonants. So like if it starts on a K or a T or a S or a Sh, there's no voice involved in those letters. It's like Sh, S, H, K, H. Well, that's German. But there's a lot of those, they don't have voice. So you want to think of the vowel that follows and think that pitch. It needs to be on that vowel. So see or find, something like that. You basically want to just sing on the vowel that follows. And here is not the question whether it's glottal or not. You just want to make sure you aim for that pitch on that vowel. So far away, far away. You want to be on that pitch whenever the vowel comes. And you don't want to be far away, far away. You don't want to slide up. Yes, you can slide up if you do it purposefully, but just don't get into the habit of starting somewhere that's totally undefined. And I find a lot of untrained singers or singers who start out, they have that habit of starting the pitch very undefined. So it's somewhere, I am starting the pitch now, finding the pitch now. Yes, I like to sing now. See how that, it's very undefined. It's not actually sliding up. It's just kind of undefined. If you actually wanted to slide up from a neighboring tone and actually bend the pitch, you would do it much cleaner. You go, find the way, I'm singing now, or I'm singing now. You wouldn't go, I'm singing now. I always tell my students, just think of being in a recording studio, and when they have that software, you can see those sound waves and how loud or something goes, and you take that first little snippet and you just cut that and you just listen to that first tiny snippet, that first millisecond of when you start that pitch. You want to hear or do you want to hear you want to hear that pitch? You want to hear that actual pitch that you're about to sing. You don't want to hear something like undefined somewhere there. You don't want to hear that dirt. You don't want to hear that undefined, like, where is it coming from? That gets kind of like, it just gets unclean and it's not very defined. And your audience, even when someone says, well, I don't know much about music, I'm tone deaf and I don't really hear if somebody's good or not. Well, they may not be able to actually define what is good or bad, but they can tell if something is clean or not. They may not know, they can't put their finger on it, what it is, but even someone who's not trained, they can tell if something is a little cleaner and clear and direct and not too much around, wobbliness and unclean, or if something is just right on, very accurate, very clean, very clear. Everybody knows what pitch that's supposed to come out. And it's very clean, very clear, direct. So don't underestimate your audience. Even if someone is not musically trained, they hear a lot more than you think they do. Okay, now let's talk about a voiced consonant. I like the nasal consonants like and n. like M and N, or even L or something like that. Or even a voiced consonant would be a voiced S, like in zero or z, like a bee is just buzzing. You want to start those on an actual pitch. They have a pitch. It's not like you go, me and my dog went walking. Me and my dog went walking. No, it's me and my dog went walking. Same on the W. It's not me and my dog went walking. It's me and my dog went walking. See how that actually has a pitch. And be clear about like, what pitch do I mean? Where do I actually want to go? Don't just let that consonant define where you're going, where you're heading. You want to know where you're heading. You want to know the direction, and you want to take control of it. You want to be clear about what you mean. And what I can't stand is like when I listen to a singer and I don't know what they mean. It's like, what pitch did they mean? It's not clear. It's like, was it that pitch like right above that, or did they actually want to go that one below? I don't know, because they didn't define it for me. It's like I just couldn't tell what they meant. It's kind of like in between. You don't want to be in between. You want to be very just accurate. It needs to be clear, totally clear. It's the same way with a beat. Like I can't stand when I can't tell. Like where's the one? It's like I can't count. It's like where's one in that song that they're trying to play or sing to me? It's like, well, I'm just kind of floating in midair and I don't know where any accents are. It's very important. So I have this great exercise. It's like I did this in my 10-day belting challenge. I went like, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire. And then we actually went ahead and did defined pitches, more like, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire. But you see how I'm not really having this really harsh attack? I'm not going, there's a fire, there's a fire, there's a fire. See how what that does to my vocal cords is like, you hear that moment of that glottal attack even. You don't want to do that. So what I did with my students is like I gave them this exercise just to do that It's a great exercise. It is so hard. Like try to do on a pretty high pitch and see how much support you actually need and see how accurate you can actually do that onset. When you just do that onset, you just go like fa, 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 fa. It's really hard. It's hard. You can start lower. Fa, 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 fa. I don't want to hear fa, 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 fa. See what I mean? I want to hear just fa, 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 fa. Just want to hear that pitch that you mean. That's a great exercise. It's a great practice to practice accuracy. See, once you know how to be accurate, it is always easy to get more sloppy. That is easier. I mean, you can always slide up the pitch or bend the pitch, which that is cool for style, but to actually leave all the fluff out and be clean and be accurate, there's not a lot of singers who can actually do it because they haven't trained it. And if you train that part to have a clear onset and a clear offset, so again, when you're stopping a pitch, don't just hold your air. Just don't hold your breath or something. Don't go, I'm singing now. Don't close the epiglottis or something like that holding your breath mechanism. Don't close that. Keep your throat open. Keep that whole tract open. Work with your support. Keep it open. And then stop. Stop vibrating your vocal cords. There's a great exercise you can do just practicing and testing out if you're actually having your throat open. Like when you're panting like a dog, it's always opened. Your throat is open. So even when you take a break, just go like, kind of like panting in slow motion. And you see, even In those moments where you're not actually inhaling or exhaling, your throat is always open. Now do that again and hold that phase where you don't inhale and exhale. Hold it for longer, like see, and always keep your throat open. Now add the voice. Inhale, make a pitch, produce a pitch, stop the pitch, and don't inhale or exhale. Hold your breath, but stay open in your throat. Don't close the epiglottis. Don't go, don't close up. So go like this. I'm singing a pitch now. And as you hold, don't close up your throat. You want to hold, and you want to get into that habit. Even when you sing phrases, you don't want to close up. You don't want to close your mouth. You want to kind of stay very relaxed with your lips and keep that whole thing open. Just to practice to where you don't need to close up. You don't need to finish something and start all over again just because you're in the middle of a song and you just had a rest there. That is terrible. Like, it just really disrupts everything if you always go like, I am singing now. I am singing now. I am singing now. See, it's always like, it's a lot of work to just like let go of that support, let go of that tension, and then build it up again. And then sing, and then let go of it because you came to the end of a phrase, and you're going to build it up again. You want to keep that support continuous. You want to keep that opening. You want to keep that throat open. You want to keep that position, all of that tension, like in your tongue and your throat, not strain. You want to keep that tension there to where you're not always having an unrest. It's like always don't stir around. It's like stuff happening all the time. Just simplify. Not too much moving around, not too much stirring around. Don't like inhale and exhale the whole time, and don't just your posture too. It needs to be very calm, very grounded. So those are a few hints for you to actually have a much cleaner onset and offset and to have more control over your voice and where the pitch is actually going to land. Let's face it, there are some pitches that are very difficult, and it all depends on how you actually start that pitch, how that's actually going to come out. If you are too aggressive, it may not come out. It just may break. If you don't have enough tension, if you're just kind of too loose and too relaxed, it may not come because you don't have the support. Very, very important aspects there. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you're going to hear me next week for my podcast. And until then, you can just go to YouTube, watch my videos, more great singing tips 3 times a week. And then also you can take one of my online courses. I have 2 online courses. One is called 7 Days to Perfect Support. That would be a great one to really practice that support. And I'm talking about really a workout for your support muscles. It's not just about knowing how to do it. It's about actually doing it and training those muscles and being more aware of what that feels like when you really are working those muscles that are responsible for your support. And then the other course is Conquer Your Stage Fright. If you feel like you are not quite yourself when you're on stage, that you freeze up, or maybe you don't freeze up, but you're not quite relaxed and you're not quite yourself. Everything works out fine when you sing on your own. And then as soon as you get in front of someone, it may be just your vocal coach, or even if you're a speaker, if you're speaking in front of people, when you get up in front of people and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm having an out-of-body experience. I see myself from the outside. What's going on now? That course is for you. It's 12 video lessons in which I show you how to become yourself and how to be more relaxed and how to actually enjoy being on stage and being in front of people. By now, I totally enjoy it. Yes, there's always this nervousness that's there, which is good. It kicks in the adrenaline, which just makes you just kick it up a notch, everything. But it's great. It's so much fun to be on stage, and it is addictive. Yes, it's like a drug because of those chemicals in your body. They get released, and it is kind of like a drug. It feels good. Everybody who's been on stage doing big shows, everybody says the same. It's like as soon as the show is over, it's like I'm falling into this hole. It's like, okay, what's going on now? It's this emptiness. I want it back. I want that show. I want more of that feeling. I want that ecstasy that I'm in. All right, guys. Join my Facebook group if you're not in there yet. Master Your Voice. and I'd love to carry on the conversation there. And if you would leave a review on iTunes or any other platform that you're listening on, I would totally love it, because it would help more people find my podcast, and I want to help more people become the master of the voice. All right, guys. Thank you so much. God bless. And until next time, don't forget, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Bye for now.